The moment we have all been waiting for is here.
Naka-mute, Miss O.
So, hey everyone, this is Miss O. This is our fourth episode. For today, we will have 5 interviews of different candidates for the Miss Universe. And then right now, we will have Miss Universe Great Britain, Emma Rose Collingridge. How are you, Emma?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Very good, Emma. I'm very excited to have you. So you're still in Great Britain, right?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. But yes, I'm still here in England, in Great Britain.
Yes, I'm very excited to meet you in person. And then I also heard that I've learned a lot about you during our interview on Instagram. So now we're doing a Facebook Live. We want to, all the people here want to know that you said that the greatest power are your greatest power is to be intentionally and authentically to be yourself. Like, can you talk to us about that?
Absolutely. So our greatest power truly lies in being our most intentional, truest, authentic self. And Miss Universe Great Britain, this was the first time I'd entered, but it was actually the first pageant I've ever competed in where I have won on my first attempt. And what made this even more special was that I really competed as the truest, most authentic version of myself. I won as Emma Rose Collingridge, and that's what made this experience so much more special.
Yes, another thing is like you have been very successful at being your beauty queen. You were the Miss Teen Great Britain in 2015 and Miss UK Galaxy in 2019. But you said that, you know, the beauty pageant industry is not too big in your country. And then your parents were not supportive at first. But like, can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. So pageantry in Great Britain, it still isn't very well known about. It's still relatively quite small, but it's definitely growing, and the area of focus is definitely drawing more towards pageantry and the benefits that it has, not just on individuals, but on communities also. My parents, I'm so lucky that they've been always so incredibly supportive of me during my time competing in pageantry. And at first they were a little bit hesitant because, like I said, pageantry isn't a massive thing here in Great Britain. But as soon as I'd entered for the first time at Miss Teen Great Britain and they saw how much I grew in confidence, it truly was so incredible. And they have loved joining me on my journey and are a massive part of me preparing for Miss Universe.
Wow, I'm very excited to get to know you even better. But I also heard that you love traveling alone. What are some of the places in Great Britain outside of your country where you've traveled solo?
Absolutely. So I took my first solo adventure when I was 21 years old, and this was to the other side of the world, or it's the other side of the world for me here in England. I went to Australia and I was there for 2 months. It was an incredible trip. I loved every single part of my journey. I had just come away from a really toxic environment in my second year of university. And based on previous experiences of bullying, I really recognized that I needed to take a step back and really take a step away and really find that love for myself again. And my trip to Australia really did help me do that.
That's amazing. So you were there for 2 months. Like, how do you manage to make sure that you're safe at all times when you travel by yourself?
Absolutely. So it really is about researching where you're going. I felt so incredibly safe the whole time I was in Australia. I even walked around Sydney by myself and felt so much safer than I would, for example, walking around London. But it truly is about, like I say, researching where you're going, knowing the places where you are, making sure that people also know where you are, but that you maintain a sense of awareness so that you can observe what's happening around you. So you really are aware and ready to, deal with whatever's coming your way.
That's great. And also, you know, the pageant this year in Eilat, Israel is the ultimate beauty pageant. What are you doing? And are you doing anything special to prepare for the next month's big event?
Absolutely. So, because of the pandemic, a lot of my preparations, my coaching has still been on Zoom, which has definitely proved challenging but interesting. We work, and it just shows how resilient we are as individuals and human beings.
Mhm.
It's really changed and made me look at things in a different perspective. And particularly with my platform as well, it's really highlighted just how key social media is to communicating with people.
Right. And in one of your videos, Emma, you mentioned that one of your passion also is to empower women, and champion female is like the one that's closest to your heart. What are some of these causes that are dear to you?
Absolutely. So, as a result of the pandemic, gender based violence has been on the rise. Unfortunately, not just domestic violence, but also online and street harassment. And for me personally, having experienced bullying, but also as a survivor of sexual violence, I founded my Draw the Line campaign. So, it's incredibly personal to me. This not only empowers women through self defense and conflict management knowledge, but also empowers them to know that we can and we will transmute our pain into power. As a part of this, in addition, I also ran a bystander intervention campaign to really educate wider society on what we can all be doing daily to be active bystanders in our community to prevent behaviours, attitudes, and beliefs that are harmful and foster violence.
That's great. And aside from your advocacy, you also majored in English at a university. If you've given a chance, to speak to William Shakespeare, what's the one question that you would want to ask him?
I would definitely love to know the inspiration behind a lot of his poems. I studied Shakespeare for several of my modules and found his work incredible and fascinating. And of course, he's a great British classic. So I'd love to ask him more about where he got his inspiration from a lot of his poems, because there's still a lot of debate and controversy around some of them.
That's great. But okay, after this interview, we will have a couple of few games of Would You Rather, because we want to get to know you even better. So the first question for the game is, would you rather, let's do, shall, would you rather have a vacation in Morocco or in Tahiti?
This is a tough one. As you know, I absolutely love travel and I've never been to either of those places before. Oh, for what I need right now, I think I would have to say Tahiti. Get away in some sunshine on a beach somewhere and just relax.
Love it. I love it. So another question, would you rather indulge in ice cream or chocolate chip cookies?
This again is so tough. I wish I could have both of these right now.
Yeah.
I think probably the cookies, because it's quite cold here in Great Britain at the moment, and ice cream I think would just make me even more cold.
Yeah. So, okay. So another thing, would you rather be friends with Harry Styles or Ed Sheeran?
I would have to say Ed Sheeran. He actually lives, so I live in the county of Suffolk and he lives 20 minutes down the road from me, but we've never met. So I'd love to be able to meet Ed Sheeran and be friends with him. I think he's an incredible artist and he seems like an incredible person as well.
That's amazing. So we have a couple of friends here who are tuning in. Jackie Rankin is here, Pinka Mea, Dory Reyes, Isel, and Mick. They want to say hi to you.
Hello.
So guys, she is our Miss Universe Great Britain. And then our last question for today is, would you rather be, let's see, shall, would you rather be rich or famous?
Ooh. I think there's definitely pros and cons to both of these, so that's why I'm a little bit torn. I think whichever one, I would definitely use either the money or the recognition that I had as an individual to pour this into causes close to my heart, such as preventing gender-based violence, as well as other causes to empower women so that we can really push for women to fulfill their full potential and drive society forward. So either of those, I would choose to do that.
Okay, so I think we have one more question left, but that was very well said. So would you rather be able to explore the past or have a glimpse of the future?
Is this my past or my future or the past in
Your
general?
past and your future.
Oh, I would definitely have to say my future. I think it's so important not to live in the past, but to live in the present moment. And if I could have a glimpse into the future, I'd love to see what I would end up doing, because at the moment I'm really focused on being really open to any opportunities and any doors that are open for me. I've not got a set career at the moment. So really down to exploring, and I'd love to know where I ended up.
That's good. So because you're young, you're beautiful, you're very smart, and there's a lot of good things ahead of you. And then I'm very excited to get to know you even more when we go to Israel, Emma.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'm so excited to meet you in person and speak to you more as well in Israel.
And this is my daughter, Julia. She always loved to be with me
Hello.
during my live. So say hi, Miss Emma.
Hi, Miss Emma.
Hello.
Thank you so much, Miss Emma. And ladies and gentlemen, Britain, Emma Collingridge. Thank you so much, Emma.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for letting me share my story and my platform on your platform too. It's been an absolute honor. So thank you for asking me to interview with you.
No sound. Miss O, no sound.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Well, Miss O, there's no sound. Anyway, thank you so much.
Technology is amazing until it doesn't work for us.
Thank you so much, Miss Emma.
Thank you so much.